These are the Amazon Echo Buds, a collaborative project between Amazon and Bose to create earbuds that have active noise reduction, pass-through, and she who shall not be named, all in one little bud. So, are they any good? Well, let's find out. Hello everybody, my name is Robert and this is Review Clue. Now, of course, before we get into today's review, if this is the first time that you're seeing my face on your screen, then 1, lucky you, and 2, go down there, hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification icon, so you get notified every time I upload and you don't miss any new content from me. Let's get right on with this review of the Amazon Echo Buds. Let's go. Let's get right into the pretty nice looking packaging. Of course, right on top we get that charging case and buds. Let's just pop those off to the side while we take a look at the accessories. Disappointingly, we do get a micro USB cable. In this day and age, I really expect to see all of these kinds of accessories coming with USB-C, but I suppose you can't win them all. So micro USB here, it does mean another cable that you have to carry around with you. Inside the small box, we get some little rubber tips, small, medium and large. Also these wing tips as well, which means that we can allow them to sit in our ear a little bit better while we're doing exercise, like running or just at the gym, so they don't fall out. It's rare to see buds with wings that are detachable, so it's nice to see it here. Coming back onto that case, one of the first things you'll notice is its size. It is a big boy, which does make it a little more awkward to stick in a pocket or throw in a bag and carry around with you. And just be careful what you put in that pocket or that bag with it, because these things are by no means scratch resistant. Within the first couple of hours you will start to see scratches on this case, and it's really disappointing to see that they didn't create this material to be a little more resistant to scratches. On the bottom of the device we have that sync button, while on the side we have that charging port, and that's pretty much it. Taking these buds out, we once again see the sheer size of them. These are not small buds, and I thought that they would look kind of stupid and maybe feel a little bit heavy in the ear. But I'm happy to report, putting these in my ear, they didn't feel too heavy and they almost felt quite light, and really I didn't notice they were there, especially after a long listening session. I kind of forgot that I had them in, which is always really nice to see. The last thing we want is heavy earbuds that you're constantly reminded are there and you're having to continually push back into your ear. Of course, the fit depends upon the nubs that you use, the small, medium or large, but thankfully the app has a little experience in there which helps you decide which size is best for you, so I highly suggest that you use that to find out which earbud size is best for you. Looking around the bud, we have no physical buttons, just touch panels on either side. And this, I think, is the best implementation of a touch button I've ever seen. We don't have a single touch to play or pause or volume down or anything. And I really like this because the amount of times I've had to just readjust the earbud by tapping it and pushing it into my ear, I'm really glad that when I push this earbud in, I'm not setting off some kind of action by that single press. A double press will enable pass-through, while a press and a hold will enable Siri or Google Assistant, depending on whichever one that you use. And that's pretty much it. You've obviously got the microphones along the front as well, and on the back you've got those charging connectors, and also a little sensor which allows you to take this thing out of your ear and the music to pause automatically. A really fundamental thing that headphones have, but it's kind of glossed over. It's a really important feature that you can just take this bud out, have a chat with someone, and then pop it straight back in again. As noted earlier, there is active noise reduction technology in here, provided by Bose, and it's really good. It's obviously not as good as something like the Apple AirPods Pros or even the QC35s, but it's still really good here. The main difference between active noise reduction and active noise cancellation is just how much of that outside noise it's able to block out. Active noise reduction is slightly less, but I think still a really acceptable level. I'm able to put these on and I kind of lose the outside around me. I can still hear certain conversations, but they're just a lot more muffled than they normally would be. And that's really nice to see. So for that £120 price tag, the A&R here is pretty good. Pass-through is the mode that I've used the most on these headphones. I like to be aware of my environment throughout the day. While I'm sitting here doing my work, I like to be able to hear around me for when a door goes or when our bunny's chewing something that he shouldn't. I just really like having it, and it's really, really good here as well. On that higher level, you get between 1 and 5 levels of loudness. On that 5 level, you do get a certain amount of hiss that you can hear in the background, which is a little bit annoying, but other than that, you kind of don't really notice it. And this is where I kind of forgot that I was wearing these buds. The pass-through mode, because I can hear all the outside world around me, I would forget that I had these things in my ear, and I'd go for a walk somewhere and I'd be like, why is there music playing still? And yeah, it's because I've got these buds in, but they are excellent for their pass-through mode, and I think this is the best implementation of pass-through that I've ever seen in an earbud. Before we move on to her, let's talk about sound quality. Right out of the box, I felt that this had a very flat soundstage. There wasn't really much punch to the bass. It was nice and clear, but I think one of the best features of these buds is the equalizer that is built straight into the earbuds themselves. So inside the Amazon app, you're able to select different levels of EQ, bringing that bass right up or bringing that treble right down. If you find that maybe you are enjoying a little bit more bass, you can bring that up slightly. Or if your lows are a little bit too low, you can bring that down a little bit as well. It is an excellent thing to have, and more companies should employ EQ in all of their headphones and audio technology. I'm looking at you, Apple, where if my HomePod and my HomePod Mini don't have EQ settings, but a £120 earbud does. So anyway, I think sound quality here is impeccable. For £120, I really cannot floor these for just how good they sound, especially when you can adjust that sound to be to the level that you enjoy your music at. Finally, let's talk about her. And at first I was kind of skeptical to have her in my ear all the time. I really didn't see a use for it. Thankfully, you can disable her within the app as well, so if you don't want her listening all the time, then you can just turn her off. But while you're out and about, I really don't see myself using her too much, because nobody wants to start talking to their AI assistant in public. It's just a bit weird. But while I'm around the house, I actually found myself using it a lot more than I expected, to manage my smart home, or change music tracks, or play different types of music. Maybe even check the weather, listen to some podcasts and news stories. All of the normal things that you would do with an Echo device are right there in your ear, ready to go and always listening. And it's something that we've kind of started to take for granted, but in the buds here, they really do shine. And no matter how noisy my outside environment was or how quietly I said it, she would be able to pick up that I said it and give me some really good responses every time. She just could hear me from anywhere in the room, and it is an incredible thing, because 9 times out of 10, my HomePods don't even hear me when I'm sat right next to it. So to be able to get these buds to hear me in the noisiest of environments is something incredible. Of course, while you are out and about, you can use her if you decide to maybe get directions to a local cafe shop. Maybe you could use her to get directions to a local coffee shop, or order an Uber. These are all really good features for Alexa. These are all really good features for these buds, and particularly her. But I just wouldn't see myself using it in public. These are more buds that you would use in a home environment where you're doing some ironing or some cooking. These buds are also water resistant, so you can work out with these at the gym and you don't have to worry too much about sweating on them. And you could also wear these out while you're walking in the rain. I would really suggest not using these while swimming. These are not fully waterproof, but they should be fine for most workouts and for walking in the rain as well. Talking about battery life, the buds themselves will last for about 5 hours on a charge, whereas 20 hours with that charging case. 25 hours is a really good charge time, and I'm really glad to see that here, because the last thing I want to be doing is charging these things, in particular because they don't have wireless Qi charging. I have to use that micro USB cable that came in the box. It's just another cable to carry around. In general though, these are my favourite earbuds to date. Yes, the case is a little bit big and so are the buds, and the less than ideal charging scenario is things that would turn me off of this device, but overall the sound quality, the feature set, and having her anywhere I go are real advantages in my book, and have made these my new go-to earbuds. So anyway guys, what did you think of these? Would you buy these, or have you got other earbuds in mind that you would prefer over something like the Echo Buds here? Of course, if you want to buy a pair of these, there'll be a link in the description down below for you to grab them. That is an affiliate link. It doesn't cost you anything more, but it does help me a little bit, so I would really appreciate it if you did want to buy some of these using that link down there. Anyway guys, my name has been Robert, this has been Review Clue, and I will catch you in the next one. Adios.